It is widely acknowledged that African music has undergone frequent and divisive changes throughout the centuries. What is termed traditional music today is probably very different from African music in former times, nor has African music in the past been rigidly linked to specific ethnic groups. The individual musician, his style, and creativity have always played an important role. The cultures of the Green Sahara left behind a vast gallery of iconographic documents in the form of rock paintings, among which some of the earliest internal sources of African music. African drums hold a special place in the history of Africa. In Western culture, the idea of drumming is nearly always associated with entertainment or just to add the musical quality of a song. In Africa, drums hold a deeper symbolic and historical meaning. Drums are almost always an accompaniment of any manner of ceremony, births, deaths, marriages, together with a ritual dance. The vicious sound of many drums pounding together is also a necessary installment to stir up emotions in a battle or a war to inspire excitement and passion. The Djembe drum is possibly the most influential and basic of all the African drums originally. It dates back to 500 AD. The drum was originally created as a sacred drum to be used in healing ceremonies, rites of passage, ancestral worship, warrior rituals, as well as social dances. The drum rhythm of the Djembe is performed in the evening for most celebrations, especially during full moon, spring, summer, and winter harvesting time, weddings, baptisms, honoring of mothers immediately after Ramadan, or countless other celebrations. In much of Africa, certain drums symbolize and protect royalty and are often housed in sacred dwellings. In fact, you could say the drum was actually the first form of telephone. Tribes with the use of drum would communicate with other tribes often miles away. Drums were often used to signal meetings, dangers, etc. The talking drums of Africa imitate the pitch patterns of language and transmit messages over many miles. Together, drums in Africa have been seen as a huge importance in the history and culture of Africa. Now, we are going to make our own drums. The materials you will need are a cylinder container. You can use a coffee tin, oatmeal cans, or Milo tins that work best. Scissors, colored paper, rubber bands. You can use wax paper, vinyl paper, or latex balloons to cover the top of the drum. First, you'll take a cylinder container of your choosing and make sure it is empty. You may dispose the lid of the container if there is one. Then you will take your scissors and cut out a circle from the piece of wax paper. Make sure the circle is bigger than the opening on the cylinder. You will then place the wax paper over the cylinder container. Take your rubber bands and tightly secure the wax paper over the container. There should be no openings. Then take your paper and make any design you want and glue it to the container for appearance. After learning about the history of African drums, make your drum look like it's part of an African tribe. And there you have it. There's a history of African music and how to make your own African drum.